Healthy Rebel Radio is sponsored by the Healthy Rebel app. 300 plus secretly healthy, delicious, mouth-watering dessert and treat recipes made with all-natural, whole food ingredients. Now available for download on the App Store and Google Play. Find out more details at healthyrebel.com.
Welcome to Healthy Rebel Radio. I'm your host, Dr. David Deiser. I'm here with my Demi Health Healthy Rebel co-founder, Amy Lane. Good morning.
Good morning.
What I'd like to do today is chat a bit about this broad overview of a holistic approach to weight loss. What are the extra components? We're not just talking diet and fitness here. This is extremely important, and this is the foundation of pretty much everything we do in the weight loss category. Looking at the body holistically. Looking at weight loss as an approach to lifestyle. And all the aspects of how these things fit into metabolism and regulating your ability to lose weight and then maintain a stable weight. Because the goal of the program here at Demi Health, and then the program that I run with my patients is...
what you run with your patients is in conjunction with.
Exactly. It's sort of the medically supervised version.
Yeah.
It's about maintaining a healthy lifestyle where the weight is not even on the brain. You're not even considering it because the way you're going about your life maintains a healthy weight. Does that sound good?
Sure. Let's
get into it. Number one, and this is the core thing in naturopathic medicine. I know you focus a lot of time on this with your clients, digestion. The importance of digestion in weight loss is it's often overlooked.
Right.
When we're talking about detoxification, everyone loves to talk about cleanses and doing detoxes every so often, all these things. But the foundation of this is you need to be having bowel movements, you need to exercise so that your lungs are detoxing, and you need to sweat out of your skin. The core component of this, of course, is having bowel movements.
Right, and what I find a lot of people do before they get to me, or sometimes they fall off and then come back to me, is that we're naturally, because of what has been advertised to us and kind of what the society we're in right now, is the fast, aggressive results today, make up for everything you've done for the last 20 years in 3 hours. And it's a lie, it's a trick.
Oh, your metabolism hates it.
Well, it's not that only your metabolism hates it, your whole body hates it. And the only real way to get to where you're going is a foundation of, if not love for your body, if you can't get to love yet, respect. So I started with respect because I couldn't get to love yet because I just didn't love my body. Couldn't get there. It felt like a lie. So as I was on the journey of loving my body, I respected my body. And I think with digestion, this is one of the foundational things because it's not sexy. It's not the quick, aggressive cleanse that you can talk to your friends about, being on a juice cleanse, or the tea, go run into the bathroom every 5 minutes, or the master cleanse. It's not cool. It's not sexy. It's not hip. It's not going to sell a bunch of crap on the internet.
No.
So, letting go of that glitzy idea of, overnight success in every area of your life, if we want to go there, just let it go. It isn't happening. It's not real. It's an illusion. It's a lie. And it's just a trick to manipulate you into spending a whole bunch of money on things that are actually going to set you back to spend more money on things that don't work. Go right to the source. Like, that's what I always say. That's why I feel so confident and great about what we do. It's real. It's foundational. It's lasting. It's life-changing. And that's the other thing about, it's funny about our business model. When you talk to just flat business people that aren't interested in health, I don't loop people in.
No, the core recommendation is, okay, well, you don't have people paying monthly?
Everybody is like, and I mean, I do have a lot of people that stay with me for years, or just, stay with me for the extra guidance, or to stay on, or to, if they have a new goal. I have lots of people that have been with me for many, many years. And that's wonderful. But it's a choice. It's not a loop. It's not that they have to come back because they can't be where they want to be without doing exactly what I say. I teach everyone what to do. And then I set them free into life, because I don't believe that we're supposed to be stuck on our bodies our whole lives.
That's right.
It's a pillar that you erect, you maintain, you respect, you love, you nourish. Sometimes you have to put a little more energy into it. That's what these people do when they come back. They're like, okay, wait, I have to check in every week or every 2 weeks.
I need some accountability.
I need accountability. And there's no shame in that. We all should turn to professionals that are there to help us when we can, especially when it's so affordable. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I kind of hijacked that, but
no, that's
digestion
good. But it's important. I want to touch on that because,
and this is what holistic means to me.
Right.
Everything I just said. Holistic means to me that it's the foundational roots. It's treating root cause. It's looking at all the roots. It's looking at everything. It's healing the whole situation from the ground up, right, instead of just picking from the top little superficial things. Like, weight loss is the goal, and that's up on the shelf, and it'll be there, and it will come. It'll manifest. But let's go where we really need to do the healing. It's going to be
so much easier if you take care of these other lifestyle components.
It's exactly it. And I go at it all at once.
Why is digestion important? What you need here is nutrients for energy to do the things, to have the motivation, to have the extra dopamine you need to actually lose weight, to have the nutrients to work out, to have the nutrients to keep your stress low.
And digestion is another main reason why I'm not down with calorie counting. Mm-hmm. Because nutrition is not often correlated with counting calories. You can count calories and stay within your calories of eating, gumdrops if you want to. And people will do that. We will sneakily trick ourselves into any idea we want to when our ego is inflamed and we're not really getting to the root cause. So that's another reason, a big reason. Digestion, nutrition, absorption. Like, I let the calories go, and I focus on healthy, nutrient-dense foods that our body is saying thank you, using the nutrients, and then flushing the rest. Mm-hmm. And the whole process you need the nutrients and the absorption and the energy, but then you also need that flush. You need to clear your bowels out. And I know that's not sexy, but it's true.
Yes.
It's foundational. And it's game-changing. If you have poor digestion and then you acquire good digestion, it's game-changing. Aside from the fact that at any moment you can be carrying around like 12 pounds of waste in your bowels.
Yeah, and when all of a sudden you're optimizing things, gosh, that changes everything in terms of your motivation, because now you have all this confidence because you lost 12 pounds. I mean, my gosh.
It's game-changing, and you feel lighter and you feel energetic. That sluggish, mm-hmm, gross, slow digestion, just stuck feeling lifts. Yeah. That right there is enough to send people into success.
Not to mention the reduction in inflammation. So we have the nutrient profile that you're getting from food if you have proper digestion. But if you have really great digestion, your inflammation is going to be lower as well, because your immune system is going to be taking care of what it needs to be taken care of at the time. It's not going to be flared up because of, certain foods you've been consuming. Mm-hmm. It's really important. When you're inflamed, it's really difficult to lose weight. There's certain mechanisms in place that prevent metabolism, healthy metabolism, when you have high inflammation. On this category of digestion, the core symptoms to look out for that can delay weight loss or slow weight loss is bloating, undigested food in the stool, too fast bowel movements where they're loose,
or too slow,
or too slow if you're not going every day.
And that's the other thing, like, by popular media and like shows, we tend to think that like either constipation or diarrhea is normal.
It's completely normal. Everyone has IBS. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just take this while you eat your hot wings. Like, it's not normal. Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like, I always try to clarify when I'm talking to people. Like, we've perversed words. Like, normal used to mean,
optimal. Really, I think
normal used to mean it's okay. Mm-hmm. This happens to a lot of people. Now normal means it's okay, it happens to a lot of people because the majority is sick.
Right, everyone's sick, and that's normal.
So if you hear the word normal, like, look into what that actually means. Because that's a lot of things with going to GPs now. They will, say you're going through menopause, and you go in, you get your numbers tested, and you're like, okay, I feel like I need some sort of support. My hormones don't feel right. They will tell you it's normal. But the reason, they're not saying it's okay, you should feel good. They're saying, oh, no, it's normal for you to feel this crappy because the majority of people now are in this category, and this is what we've accepted as normal, and women kind of die off at this age.
Exactly.
So,
well, I'd love that as a segue, because number 2 in the spectrum of holistic weight loss is hormone regulation.
Oh, great.
And of course, if you're dealing with PMS, if you're going through menopause and you're having really difficult symptoms, you can go to a medical professional and they can say, "Oh, you're absolutely normal."
Okay, and that's the caveat is, okay, they're using normal as average, and the averages right now are not good, is what I'm trying to say. If they're not optimal, you don't necessarily feel good, and that's completely accessible, because on the number scale of things in life, you're average, and that's all they're aiming for. They're just, stay alive, stay average, whatever. We're not talking, they're not, there to promote optimal health and feeling good and feeling sexual and vibrant and having great digestion and reducing your bloating and feeling like a woman again, which, I don't want to go down the whole attack on women thing, but this is part of it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's real. So you have to learn these terms, and you have to learn what they mean. You have to be educated about your own body.
Right.
So normal is a word for me that I always look into. What does it mean in this situation?
Yeah, why is it being
Does this mean
used?
average, and does the average mean not good?
Yeah, like in Western society, the average is overweight.
Right, exactly. And normal here really is diabetes this day and age.
Yeah.
Normal is overweight. Normal is, you hit menopause and just pack it up, ladies. Like, that's normal. That's not good. And it's not necessary, and it's not optimal, and it's not needed.
Right.
So...
Exactly. And when you're dealing with these types of symptoms, whether it be premenstrual symptomology or while going through menopause, it's your hormones are imbalanced.
Right.
And the effects that can have on your thyroid hormone, which we know is in charge of metabolism, and on your cortisol release, which is your stress hormone, your ability to cope with stress,
right.
Your ability to maintain energy levels throughout the day, those are all affected by poor detox or malregulation of your female hormones.
And that had a lot to do with when you put me through my healing path of what would be under the umbrella of adrenal fatigue. There was a lot of cortisol issues that you discovered, and then in that I was then having like female hormonal reactions. So that whole picture you had to break down and treat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at the time as well, I don't know if you mind me going into this or
No,
not,
go ahead.
but you were on birth control for a while.
I was on birth control. I was put on birth control by an MD at 14 to, quote, regulate my cycles.
Right, and I think you hit almost the 10-year mark.
Oh,
Did
no,
you
I was
make
over
it?
10 years.
Okay, so the 10-year mark is usually when things need to be reevaluated. There's some research to show that you shouldn't really go on beyond that.
Same thing, never change anything. I was on it it had to be over 10 years, because it was just a few years ago, really, that I went off.
And this is the start of the adrenal malfunction, where your cortisol starts to go really wonky. Now, other things are happening. This is just a correlation on my part. But your body wasn't used to detoxifying properly.
No.
How you release hormones naturally, it had no idea what to do with those.
No.
It wasn't ready for it. This is a core component to take into consideration when you're dealing with this difficulty to lose weight. Because not only is this hard on your life because you have this symptomology that just feels, a lot of women are in bed for a week.
Yeah.
That's very common.
Yeah.
But that effect on your thyroid hormone is so prevalent, and then also the effect on your stress hormones is just...
But I want to say here too, just to bookend, just put a little note in here, none of this is an excuse not to lose weight.
No, it's actually empowering because there's so many things we can do.
But it's also not a reason that even if you're not directly treating those things, even if you get on a healthy exercise, sleep, water, food regimen before you address head-on these hormonal things, you can lose body fat. I have a lot of people that come to me that say, I have hypothyroid, or I have PCOS, or I have, some sort of hormonal disruption, so I can't lose weight, but I'll do this anyway.
Right.
Well, first of all, the only reason you wouldn't lose weight is because what you're saying and what you believe, because you're going to then live that out, because you're declaring it as your truth. And what we declare on a regular basis manifests as our life. It just is. It drives us to our actions. It leads us to that loop. And then it's not magic.
No.
It's actual what happens in life. So if you're constantly declaring, after I lose 10 pounds, I can never lose any more because that's just who I am and how it's always been. If you keep declaring that, that's going to be your reality, because those thoughts are going to drive you into actions sneakily or consciously or subconsciously that are then going to keep you at that place. So first of all, you have to let go of your story.
Absolutely. And as you're saying all this, I want to remind everyone that the core recommendation, the foundational recommendation is nutrition changes, no matter what.
People don't believe me when I tell them that. And I feel like it's one of those things they have to hear from you, because they don't necessarily believe me when I say the great news here is, I always try to say, exactly. This is the first thing that you should be doing.
If you're looking at regulating hormones properly because you're having these symptoms, it's I3C and DIM. And if you look at any of the estrogen detox supplementation, you'll see I3C and DIM. Where do these things come from? Cooked broccoli and cauliflower.
Boom.
No big deal. Increase your veggie content. What's your veggie content look like? That's the foundational recommendation. We need solid, formed bowel movements that are really great at binding hormones as they circulate the digestive tract, and then of course this increase of these nutrients that actually speed liver breakdown of these hormones.
And the other thing that I think a lot of people forget, the reason that exercise is just as important as eating while doing these things, is you can become constipated just from not moving your body enough, and you can become unconstipated just by moving your body enough. So getting that workout in every day literally gets things moving.
Anyone who hasn't worked out in a while knows this, because the day they work out, oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Right, but it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't, because it doesn't correlate to people's minds. Mm-hmm. And it's not talked about.
No, it's so true. It's really not.
Yeah. It's not magic. You don't need a magic yogurt. You don't need a magic pill. You just need to do the things that work. And if you're eating these high fiber diets, you have to marry that with water. You have to have the right amount of water. You have to eat the right foods, and you have to move your body. End of story.
It's true. It's true. So we've talked about regulating digestion. I mean, there's so many things that can be done. The first thing is figuring out what your cause is. Where are your symptoms coming from? Mm. And we can talk about that another time. The second thing is regulating your hormones. If you're dealing with any of these hormone symptoms, it's time to look at that first, because fixing that or doing some work in that area is going to help you lose weight so much quicker. Mm-hmm. The last one I want to do today is sleep. Yeah. I mean, sleep has been a hot topic this year for us, and we've been talking about it so much. But I feel like it's been 4 weeks, and maybe we should bring it up again. If you're not sleeping properly, this is one of the core issues with people who are having difficulty losing weight. You need to sleep. You need energy to rebalance these hormones, number one. Sleep is really great for digestion. But in terms of the hormonal side, it's this rebalancing of cortisol, so you have the energy to do the workouts. You have the energy to actually have a metabolism cellularly.
While you sleep, you're burning muscle or burning fat and building muscle. Mm-hmm. You need that time. It is just like breathing air. You need it. And if you have poor sleep and you haven't gone through the proper sleep hygiene protocol, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. Just do it. Especially as an adult, people will complain to me about not being able to sleep, but then they won't take the steps to just have a good sleep, and it's just ridiculous to me. You're keeping yourself in a prison that's making you sick. So take the electronics out of your bedroom. Do not watch the news, I say 2 hours before bed. I say don't watch it at night, but whatever. If you have to, at least 2 hours before bed, do not watch anything stimulating, especially news. It is like watching a horror movie before you shut your brain off.
A local horror movie.
A local fear horror movie.
It's like the horror movie of my neighborhood.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So, get all electronics. I'm talking about anything that, produces light out of your bedroom. Have those dark curtains. Make sure your bed is clean and comfortable. Just those normal things like...
Oh, it's so incredibly important.
Don't have caffeine. If you're having trouble, then you can't have caffeine past lunch. Mm-hmm. That's just reality.
Don't neglect sleep is the point here. Don't put it off.
And actively stack the deck to have a good night's sleep.
Yeah. And the subsequent effects you'll see on hormones and digestion are amazing. It's most people know when I wake up in the morning, oh my gosh, I feel really lean.
Well, it's so funny because I've had people in my clientele that are doing everything. The scale's not moving. I'm doing everything perfectly. We'll look at sleep, and they'll sleep properly for 1 week, 5 pounds off.
Yeah.
Your body needs sleep. It's an investment.
The research is really good on this as well. People with insomnia are more prone to being overweight. I mean, it's common.
So, I mean, if you need vain reasons to drive yourself to sleep, if cognitive function and hormonal balance and feeling good and energized and optimal isn't enough, use those superficial triggers if they're right for you. I mean, I use them all the time if they come up for me.
For sure, why not?
You will look better, your skin will look better, your whole digestion will be better, and you will be leaner as a human being. So if those trigger you more than like the other things right now, the deep-rooted foundational, who cares? Use them. Use whatever comes up for you.
Exactly.
To motivate yourself to get out in front of yourself and create a better life. You know?
That's exactly it.
There's no shame.
And it's so much easier to motivate yourself when you have a good sleep.
It's so much easier.
What I'd like to do is, we're talking about a holistic approach to weight loss. We're looking at all the different categories of a healthy lifestyle and how they contribute to making weight loss easier and sustainable. I'd like to stop it there at part 1 and pick it up part 2 tomorrow.
Sounds good.
That's Healthy Rebel Radio for today. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.
See you.
Healthy Rebel Radio is presented by the online health and wellness center, DamiHealth.com. Since 2009, Amy Lane has successfully coached thousands of women through her signature program, the Bikini Body Program. Join today to work exclusively with Amy to unveil your greatest yet to be from the inside out. Go to DamiHealth.com for more information.
Thank you for listening to Healthy Rebel Radio. Please connect with us on our community pages on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram, all at the handle @DamiHealth. For weekly recipes, articles, and all our episodes straight to your inbox, join our newsletter at DamiHealth.com. You can find all the links discussed in today's episode in the show notes. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.